Hey there kit lovers, it's Louise with you today, and I'm sharing a new 9x12 scrapbook layout featuring the Kitaholic Kits October 2022 kit. Now this one is my first time having a little play with those mica sprays, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do, so I wanted to use the packaging technique. So for my background, I have torn some paper layers, stuck those down, and then I've coated my background with some clear gesso. This just gives it that little bit of stick to help those elements not soak into the paper. So you want them to sort of sit on top of the paper and not actually sort of melt into that background. So when I say melt, when they melt into that background, you'll sort of lose a little bit of the vibrancy of the color. Not a lot, but you do when it sinks into the paper, it sort of changes the actual depth of the color. So I didn't plan for this to actually get this messy, but the mica sprays are actually moving really well on that background. So I'm going to go ahead and let it all stay quite messy, and then decide how I'm going to go about not necessarily covering it up, but enhancing the layout. So you can see I've mounted my photo. I have added a little bit of black behind it just to help it stick out from those layers. We didn't want it to sort of get too lost in there, but I'm going to have a bit of a fiddle around with adding some elements. So adding some tags behind my photo. I'm going to add some little frames, some cutouts, and that torn strip of paper as well. So really what I wanted the background to be was it to be more of just that little bit of color as opposed to an actual background. So now that I'm happy with the background, I'm looking at it thinking I need just some black in there. It didn't need much, it just needed a tiny bit of something. So I decided to pull out my stamps. Now I'm not a huge stamper. You probably know that from watching my videos. I don't often get my stamps out. But in this case, I sort of had been thinking about something different on my layouts that I hadn't done for a little while, and stamping came to mind. So I've pulled out some of these stamps, and I love the way this gives that little bit of a pop. It's just something extra behind those layers, and to break up that mixed media a little bit, that really enhances this layout. So I'm also going to smudge around the border of the page again, just to help bring that black into it. And I'm quite happy with how this has come out. You know, considering I didn't really like that packaging technique background that I created in the beginning, I think that I've really turned this into a layout that I quite enjoy and will like to look back on in the album. So adding a few little finishing touches here, nothing too drastic, and I'm going to call this layout complete. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope you're having some fun playing with mixed media and all different things from this month's kit. If you haven't already, please make sure that you check out Kitaholic Kits, and of course hit that little subscribe button.